broke that Russell Westbrook was coming home to LA, everyone immediately started scratching their heads and rubbing their chins, trying to figure out if the starting lineup featuring 3 elite players that don't space the floor well could possibly work. And that's before we even contemplate what the chemistry will be like in the locker room and if head coach Frank Vogel can work his magic on the defensive end for a 3rd straight season. Whatever might happen is going to be a fascinating ride with plenty of twists and turns on their way to what Lakers fans hope is yet another NBA championship. While Russ is still an ISO-heavy player, it's clear he's going to have to take a back seat when LeBron is in the game alongside him. We saw Schroeder get the 2nd most ISOs, just above AD last year, and the vast majority of them were when LeBron was on the bench. Expect to see opportunities where the offense sets multiple screens on the weak side, and Russ taking advantage of all of that focus just to blow by his man and get to the rim. One good thing from less isolation for Russ is that it'll mean less awkward misses at the rim, something that's plagued him for most of his career, particularly the drives off a multi-dribble ISO. Of course, with players like Anthony Davis on the court, with him, some of these misses can turn into secondary assists when their rebounds get cleaned up and sent through the rim hard. We did see some decent evidence of Russ being able to play off Bradley Beal in Washington, which is really when he's at his best, letting another star initiate the action, suck the defense in with their gravity, and then kick to Russ on the wing where he can be devastating from this angle while attacking closeouts. You can expect Westbrook to get a lot of opportunities from kickouts from the low post, something he's never really done before, so it remains to be seen how well he'll adapt. The Lakers utilize LeBron in the high post a lot with the split in the corner between Schroeder and AD. This should get him opportunities to attack when the defense is drawn to the cut by Davis, but it does require Russ to set good screens. I imagine this will be the smoothest part of his transition as long as he's willing to take a 2nd or 3rd seat and let the game come to him in the pick and roll department. Russ struggled mightily last year, having to take a back seat to Bradley Beal and not get as much spacing as he did when he was in Houston, where he did much better. The problem is, it doesn't look like the Lakers are going to provide much spacing with shooters on this roster such as Malik Monk and Wayne Ellington. Wayne Ellington is a solid shooter that will provide some much needed spacing for the big 3. Carmelo Anthony has only had 2 seasons in his career above 40% from the 3-point line, but he did shoot 38% on catch and shoot threes, so expect the lane to be clogged as defenses dare everyone else to shoot the ball in an effort to shut down Russ, AD, and LeBron. I don't think it's going to matter a lot on most possessions though, because LeBron is too good at controlling the action. Man, it's Lamont. I just wanted to share something with you guys that we actually received from a company called posterburner.com. I want you guys to take a look. All right, take a look at this canvas. I mean, this canvas is humongous. I'm still trying to find a spot on our back wall to get this up, man, because this canvas is unbelievable. Not only they offer some of the best prices in the game where you can make your own custom posters, man. You really can send them any logo, any size, anything you want, any memory. You know, if you got a YouTube channel, a logo, anything you want to put onto a canvas or have framed, you want to make sure you send it over to the guys at posterburner.com. Again, make sure you guys check out posterburner.com. FYFSportsDebates.com. Link is in the description of the video. Great company, great people, and you will not find better quality canvases, frames, posters, anything on the internet.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
The play that worked so well for Russ in Houston called elbow get, where he'd catch the ball at the elbow with his back to the basket, and they set a ball screen for him there, so close to the hoop it puts enormous pressure on the defense. And if AD's setting the screen for him, expect a ton of easy buckets. However, another potential pitfall is Russ's propensity for turning the ball over. Of course, this happens to everybody, particularly when you handle the rock as much as Russell Westbrook does, but even adjusting for the volume and, more importantly, the type of turnover are very problematic. Most of these are from off-target passes made with questionable decision-making, to say the least. Despite being a secondary ball handler behind Bradley Beal, who had a team-high 33.1 usage rate compared to 29.5. However, that usage rate is sure to go down even further in LA as LeBron and AD get more opportunities. I am curious to see how LeBron will react to some of these Russell Westbrook passes. Defensively, we've seen Frank Vogel create a whole that is much better than the sum of their parts, and he'll have his work cut out for him as Russ likes to sag towards the lane in an effort to grab defensive rebounds. I don't want to make it sound like Russell Westbrook doesn't make plays on this end. He gets his share of steals with plenty of energy to bound around the court, forcing turnovers. He does have a distinct issue with his focus keenly on the ball, only leading to many possessions of suboptimal defense when he helps from one pass away, allowing the easy pass, easy shot to good shooters from behind the three-point arc. It wasn't that hard to find so many clips of this, and with this type of defense happening so consistently, I suspect we'll see more of the same in LA unless Vogel can somehow cure him of this type of overhelp, which directly leads to some of the highest quality threes you can take at the NBA level. The same laser focus on ball contributes to him losing his man on the weak side as well, and if his man finds him away from the ball with some space to cut, watch out for more open threes. One of the big keys for this to work is the harmony amongst the big three, and having seen LeBron get upset with teammates over the years for similar defensive mistakes, what happens if Russ keeps committing them? Put Carmelo on the floor and you'll probably see even more fireworks from Laker opponents. What we do know is that Russ is an upgrade over Schroeder, and had AD not gotten injured against the Suns in the playoffs, the Lakers probably advance to at least the second round. So expect a better finish than last year, but to get all the way to the finals in a conference with an incredible amount of very tough teams, it's unclear to me whether mixing and matching a roster with so many players 30 years of age or older is going to work well enough for a deep playoff run. I know we'll get a bunch of pretty highlights for sure, but you'll need a lot more cohesiveness and teamwork to overcome the young guns in the West. And while I don't see how it's possible, I've also learned over the years to never bet against LeBron James.